Lily's Big Blue Book. It was Lily's birthday. She had been dreaming of a shiny, new, bright red bicycle with a bell that tinkled like 1,000 tiny stars. She imagined herself zooming down the street, her hair flying behind her. Her parents came in, holding a big box wrapped in sparkly paper. "Happy birthday, our little star." They sang. Lily's heart thumped with excitement. "A bike! A bike!" she whispered to herself. She tore open the paper. Inside was a book, a very thick book with a plain blue cover. "It's a book of stories from around the world," her dad explained, smiling. Lily's own smile faltered. It wasn't a bike. Later that day, Lily sat by her window, watching the other children play outside. A boy whizzed by on a red bicycle, its bell tinkling. A tear rolled down Lily's cheek. She clutched the big blue book, feeling very unlucky. With a heavy sigh, she opened the book. The first page showed a picture of a vast, golden desert under a brilliant blue sky. She began to read. The story was about a boy named Omar, who lived in a village of sun-baked clay houses. He had no toys, but he had one perfect, smooth, gray stone that fit right in his palm. Omar's imagination was his playground. One moment, the stone was a speeding race car kicking up dust. The next, it was a tiny boat navigating a vast sandy sea. He was never bored. Lily turned the page. The next story was about a girl named May, who lived in a crowded, bustling city full of towering buildings and endless noise. May lived in a tiny apartment with her grandmother. They didn't have much space, but they had a window that looked out onto 1,000 other windows. May's only toy was a single, long, red ribbon. May would make the ribbon dance in the sliver of sunlight that came through the window. It became a dragon's tail, a winding river, or a soaring phoenix, filling their small home with color and life. Lily kept reading, the world of her room melting away. She read about a brother and sister, Finn and Ilara, who lived in a small cottage by a cold, misty sea. They had no games with plastic pieces or bright colors. Their toys were gifts from the ocean, spiraled shells, sea-smoothed glass, and twisted pieces of driftwood. Together, they built magnificent sandcastles, not with buckets and shovels, but with their hands and the treasures they found. They decorated the walls with seaweed and feathers, rulers of their temporary kingdom. Lily read another story, this one about a girl named Amara, who lived deep in a lush, green jungle where the air was thick with the scent of flowers and rain. Amara didn't have dolls with plastic hair. She wove her own from flexible palm leaves and gave them clothes made from bright jungle flowers. Her favorite swing was a long, sturdy vine that hung from a giant tree. Slowly, Lily closed the book, and the magical worlds faded. She was back in her room, but now she saw it with new eyes. She looked at the toy chest overflowing with stuffed animals. She saw the shelf packed with board games and puzzles. She saw a box of colorful crayons and a stack of clean, white paper. She thought of Omar's single stone. She thought of May's red ribbon. She thought of the shells Finn and Ilara collected. She had more things on one shelf than they had in their whole world. Lily looked at her row of dolls, all in their store-bought dresses. Then she looked at a bag of old clothes her mom had set aside to give away. An idea, as bright as May's ribbon, sparked in her mind. She didn't need new toys. She could make her old toys new again. She ran to her mom with the bag of clothes. "Mom, can you help me?" she asked. "I want to make new clothes for my dolls." Her mom smiled, and together they got to work. Soon the floor was covered with colorful fabric scraps, spools of thread, and a measuring tape. Lily's dolls had brand new adventuring outfits, ready for a trip to a sandy desert or a misty shore. The big blue book lay open beside her, a world of inspiration. It really was the best present ever.